We begin with breaking news out of Afghanistan. At least 5 foreign tourists and their Afghan driver have been attacked in Chester Sharif in western Herat province. TRT World understands they were accompanied by a security escort. Well, we can cross live now to Kabul and speak to Bilal Sarwary. Bilal, where were these tourists going and how hostile an environment were they travelling through?
Well, I'm slightly surprised that they started driving all the way from Bamiyan province towards Ghor, towards Herat. While Bamiyan province is safe, Ghor and Herat are not safe, whether that's the very bad shape of roads, the risk of roadside bombs, or the presence of illegal militias, for example, in the province of Ghor. But I was speaking to an Afghan National Army commander who said that the convoy was ambushed. Afghan National Army sent some reinforcements, and initial information suggests that at least 5 foreign tourists have been injured. Their Afghan driver was also injured, and we're still waiting to hear more about their nationalities. But it appears that they wanted to get a view of some of Afghanistan's most amazing historical monuments and historical sites, which are located between Bamiyan province through Ghor and all the way into the province of Herat in western Afghanistan on the border with Iran.
How common are attacks on tourists in Afghanistan?
We have seen some tourism. Most of the tourism have been in the province of Bamiyan in central Afghanistan. So if you're a tourist, you arrive by air in Kabul and then you take a flight into Bamiyan and then you're safe because it's the safest province. Other than that, we have seen some tourists being kidnapped, for example, in Parwan province while they were hiking, and they were killed because simply they went to one of the most dangerous areas without local information, without local knowledge or advice. So if you're a tourist and you've got the right contacts here and you are in a safe place like Bamiyan, you're safe. But even an Afghan like myself or someone else would not take that drive, even if you have a battalion of soldiers. So it seems that the tourists were on this journey at a great personal risk.
And in terms of safety, in terms of the types of militia that are within the area, explain to us, Kabul has been seeing a surge in violence. We saw some of the worst attacks and death tolls in Kabul since 2001. How safe is Herat province and what types of groups operate in that region?
From women being shot and killed by these illegal militia groups, from running courts on their own, these illegal groups have taken the law into their own hands. And the reason why we never hear about it, because it's far away from Kabul, it never makes it to the headlines. So they're posing a real challenge to the authority of the government. But these are also areas where the Taliban are active. And in some cases, there's a very close working relationship between these illegal militia groups, criminal groups, and the Taliban. Just to give you an example, I took this road in 2003, all the way from Bamiyan to Ghor to Herat, and it's one of the most dangerous terrains. It's one of the most lawless areas, even then, when the security was better and the Taliban had just been removed. And the chances of you driving into a roadside bomb, the chances of you running into Taliban fighters or illegal militia groups are almost 110%, if not less than that. So we'll have to wait and see who these tourists are, what sort of advice they had. And it's interesting that they did have police protection, according to the spokesman for the Interior Ministry, Siddiqui, who's been speaking to Tolo News here in Kabul. And again, you have to sort of ask the question, what sort of protection the police could have given. They were traveling in a bus, they stood up among the local population, and was that bus going to protect them against roadside bombs or against an ambush? So we'll have to wait and see who authorized this trip, what sort of advice the tourists had. And unfortunately for Afghanistan, it just means more bad news. It'll just discourage people from visiting some of the safe parts that could have brought some revenue, which already it's doing in places like Bamiyan province.
Okay, Bilal Sarwary, good to talk to you live from Kabul.